Deirdre had the coolest slide last year, I thought, in talking about social media Pangea. So she's going to kind of look back on that, and then she has another cool part of that slide, which I'm going to show you right now. So Deirdre is, she's actually a buddy of mine said that Deirdre is one of his B2B marketing heroes. This is an actual quote. So she's a social media and community manager at National Instruments. So Deirdre.
Thanks, Brian. So while my title might be Community and Social Media Manager, I'm actually the ultimate geek matchmaker at National Instruments because I manage a community for 145,000 engineers and scientists as well as all of our social media strategy. So 2010 I predicted would be the year of the social media Pangea. So who can tell me what Pangea means?
It means that I've been out of school for a long time, but as I recall, it means that the continents were once all together, then they drifted apart.
You should try out for Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? That's correct. So Pangea was actually the supercontinent. So what I predicted is something that actually did happen at National Instruments, where these continental plates of social business would actually come together. And you would actually begin to start to bridge the conversations that are happening inside and outside the firewall. And this change meant a lot of things had to happen, both in terms of internal structure and from a technology standpoint. But what we did start to see is that we began to connect our branded community, which Aaron talked a lot about last year, with our communities on things like Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, with our employee community. So very practically that meant when someone asked a question about robots on Facebook, I was able to take that question and post it on our internal community, where really quickly and easily I could find an expert on robots. Now, in all truthfulness, it's probably some guy who sits in a different building than me that today is wearing socks with his sandals because it's cold outside, and he might not be fashionable, but he really understands how to build and program robots. And so really, there were a lot of benefits by us connecting all of these pieces and all of these conversations. We saw improved product development. So it was really easy for us to take customer feedback and implement that directly into the R&D process. We were able to provide better support because we were able to find the internal experts. I obviously can't be an expert on robots and medical devices and aerospace and all of the industries that we serve, but I am able to find now quickly the people that are. And then finally, it actually improved our marketing, both traditionally and socially. So what's next? Actually, after an insightful and informative conversation I had with Aaron this morning, I decided to change my prediction and say that 2011 is going to be the year of fax marketing. So, no, in all reality, my prediction is actually based on some research I recently have done at NI, where we show that today domestically, 41% of our customers are using our community on at least a monthly basis. Additionally, what's even cooler is that the more active someone is in our community, the more likely they are to recommend our products to a colleague, to purchase new products from us, or to repeat purchase those same products. So really, at the end of the day, community leads to better satisfaction with our company, as well as better loyalty. And so, with that information, you might say, well, of course, someone who's really active on your community is already loyal. But what we also found is that 72% of new customers are accessing our community. And they're spending a lot of time there. They're visiting 5 times as many pages as they are in other areas of our site. So what my prediction and actual hope is that we're going to spend more time as community managers really focusing on quality and not quantity. So I have here that the actual that we're going to transform the cockroach king. So what do I mean by that? I consider myself a former cockroach king. As a community manager, once I built this Pangea, I needed to populate it, right? So I went out there and just tried to get as many members as I possibly could to get as much content in order to improve my SEO. And all of my metrics and all of my success were about more and more and more. This year, I'm really hoping that we're going to focus on quality and really building, rewarding, and amplifying our relationships with our key evangelists in the community. So the metrics are more important around activity and how engaged they actually are with us than just the volume of people there. So in conclusion, 2010 was the year of social media Pangea, and I'm hoping 2011 is when we actually start rewarding its citizens. Thank you.